Heyo, my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny Five Alive here, and welcome back to the Summer Coaster Contest. We're kicking things off with an amazing creation, Halcyon Reach, created by Major Pootie, a master builder in this community, and as well as a diamond patron. And here they say, welcome to Halcyon Reach Resort Spa Raceway, established in 2095 and already recognized as the system's premier destination for indulgence, rejuvenation, and engineered exhilaration. From tranquil shores to high-speed aquatic competition, Halcyon Reach offers bespoke experiences for guests of all ages and inclination. Whether you seek restorative wellness at Calda, refined dining at Savor, or pulse-pounding thrill at our hydro-run dueling boat circuit, every moment is precisely curated to maximize your authorized leisure intervals. Your stay is seamlessly orchestrated by our virtual interactive resort guidance operator, Virgo, ensuring every request is anticipated, every need fulfilled, and every memory perfected, perfectly recorded for your convenience. Halcyon Reach, your scheduled leisure begins here. Let's freaking go! Yes, yes, yes. I've been asking for this for like a year plus now. I mentioned I would love to see a wave race coaster of sorts where you have multiple jet skis racing across the water, like Wave Race 64 style. This is just as good, right? If not cooler, because it's like sci-fi futuristic and that sort of thing. I did do a chase view here, so why don't we experience it, the other one, in a first-person look, and maybe we can do one more at night because it's probably gonna look awesome at night as well. Let's go. Round 2. absolutely freaking love this creation. Execution is flawless. Oh man, let's flip it over tonight and see if we can get a different perspective to watch these guys race. I think maybe what we should try to do here is an orbit, so we can kind of look around and watch them duel/race. This is all done with one massive pool, I would imagine, right? That's crazy. I didn't realize you could make the pools this big. Unless there was instructions for... No, I don't think we... Yeah, I'm so confused. Oh, I'm so confused and impressed at the same time. This is so cool. I've been wanting to see this for eons now. And it is executed amazingly. Just like this added element here. These are not just boats, they're off-roading vehicles. You added these racing lights and even the arrows, those nice little touches where to go in the circuit. It definitely feels like something out of an F-Zero racing game or something like that, right? And I love it. The extra addition of going into the cave system here. And again, I have to bring this up again. This is not a park file, guys. This is a blueprint. It's done with less than 8,000 pieces. You can download this and place it into your parks. That is wild. The innovation that we've been seeing from the summer coaster contest has been outstanding. And this is only episode 6 of 35. Wow. And it's also Coaster Spotlight 1096. We're coming up on 1100 Coaster Spotlight videos on this channel. That is insane. And just today, 1096, seeing something brand new that we've never seen before in the other 1100 videos. Innovations happening every single day in this community, in this game, and on this channel. And I freaking love to see it, you guys. Wow. This is amazing. Halcyon, I don't know if the name is a nod to Outer Worlds, because I definitely know the Halcyon Corporation is part of the Outer Worlds. Shout out to that game. That's coming out in like a month or two, isn't it? I love these little droids running around serving drinks. The backstory was great, all like futuristic spa destination and that sort of thing. We have a souvenir shop. These buildings, the futuristic architecture on these is just outstanding. It looks phenomenal. Nice place to get some food. Hey, you got a little elevator going up there as well. That's cool. Using those movers, love to see it. Yeah, the environment's amazing. Using those red rocks mixed with the blue tropic water and the green foliage really makes this pop. And the white buildings with the blue glass, it's just so clean and so immersive and so futuristic. And look at this, guys. Look at this. This is a blueprint. This is what you can do in Planet Coaster 2 now. And I keep saying it, guys, this is the best time to get into this game because the limitations keep getting pushed, and every update they're giving us new toys to play with. The latest one being an increase from 4,000 to 8,000 pieces. And what we're seeing from this competition is we're pushing the boundaries. These feel like park coasters. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous what you guys are creating in this contest. And look at this, guys. They get bigger and better. This whole episode's gonna be just wild. So shout out to Major Pootie here. He's been killing it as of recently. A master builder, climbing the ranks. He's gonna be a future legend at this rate, because look at this. This is absolutely amazing. I think this might be my personal favorite creation from this contest so far, simply because I'm biased. I'm a sucker for this wave race idea. I've been asking for it. So this is my opinion. It's my biasness. I feel like it tickled my fancy a little bit here. It's a water coaster through and through, racing, dueling, and it might be even the first dueling coaster that we've seen throughout this contest. We did allow it, and I love it. So Major Pootie delivering on all aspects, hitting all of those check boxes for me, and you're going to be getting my vote come the voting time at the end of this contest. for sure. But we still have plenty of other amazing creations to check out. So this is the bar to beat for me. And I also love the invisible pathway, another new feature that Frontiers added, letting us walk over invisible paths so that we could do glass bridges and stuff like that. The game just keeps getting better in every update, and best theme park game out there. Let's go. Major Pootie, amazing job on this one. Let's jump over to our next creation of the day. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, is Project Blockbuster, created by Starry Agent 99, a grand master in this community. And here they say, 50 years ago today, cinema was changed forever with the rise of the summer blockbuster. Today, this beloved genre of films can be experienced like never before, but only for one day. J5 Labs and IMAX Technology have paired to unveil the 5D Max Cinema vehicle with full surround sound and 360-degree immersive view of the action. They invite you to grab your popcorn and tickets and buckle up for a flight through some of the most legendary movie scenes of the 70s and 80s. No bigger boat required. This build contains over 400 triggers as well as separate coasters that act as scenery. It was a huge challenge to build, but I'm pleased with how the end results are. I hope you enjoy it as well. Note, the 5D Max speakers are prone to faulting at times. You should be able to find a vehicle. Should you find a vehicle spazzing out, simply delete and undo the mark sequence in the load station. Okay, well, hopefully it all works out for us. Let's freaking go. Let's go. Back to the Future. Oh my God. I love how you use the umbrella for the... Oh my God. Let's go. That took me like 5 tries to get that to work properly. Let me show you guys this. This is insanity. This is the seat. You got the popcorn buckets on the sides, the cup holders. So it actually is like a 5D experience seating thing. Now, the tricky thing about this is like I was hearing the music from the right speaker a lot and not much from the left. And I kept on like closing the ride, reopening it, trying to figure out what was going on. This Aerosmith music kept on coming back. I was deleting this and repopping it in, but then I would start the ride and I would hear the Aerosmith music. I memed that. The music sounds like Aerosmith in Planet Coaster, and it would just kept on playing that rock and roll music that was supposed to be intended for the last part of the adventure, which is the Back to the Future segment. It was starting around here, and I was like, this can't be right. So finally got it to, I think that the experience that we all just watched together there should have been the accurate one. Although the way the music was coming through the speakers didn't. I was sitting in the second seat, which is closer to the left speaker, but I wasn't really hearing much sound coming out of my left speaker. But you know what? It's still really cool the way you kind of made the music come with us and then triggered it so that it would change at certain points. That seems really complicated, and I can see why I was having issues and you were having issues setting this all up. But to have the intervals change for the different segments, the only other way to do that would be to have the speakers in the walls throughout the experience everywhere, and it's much easier to just bring the speakers with us than it would be to have them everywhere constantly changing and that sort of thing. So it's really quite an epic adventure, and taking us through this Indiana Jones, and then it was what, Jaws, Back to the Future, was there another one? Now I'm drawing a blank. It says here Jurassic Park, Independence Day, Back to the Future, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, but we only saw 3 of those, if I'm not mistaken. Well, we can kind of watch it back and talk about it a little bit. This is absolutely crazy. Let's do an orbit so I can actually look around. It will break the immersion a little bit, but it gives us a little behind the scenes look at some of the things, and we can actually see the 5D speaker coaster thingy do its magic. And they use the new coaster that allows you, I forgot the name of it now, but it allows you to use the trick tracks. It allows you to turn the coaster, rotate the coaster, angle it. It's really quite phenomenal what you can do with this thing to create experiences. Plus, you can turn it back into a coaster. We had a similar thing in Planet Coaster 1 with the robotic remotion arm ride, but it kind of sucked because you were always limited and on rails to the speed of this robotic arm, whereas this allows us to do things like speed it up, give it boosters, and that sort of thing, launch the coaster, and actually build a coaster experience out of it. So when you want it to be fast-paced, you can do that, and when you want it to be a dark ride and slow it down and angle the camera and make us look at the thing that you want us to look at, you can do that as well. So complete control, but that also comes with a lot of skill and complexity, right? What we're seeing here from Starry Agent is just next level legendary quality, right? Not a lot of people are gonna tackle this kind of a ride because it's so tricky to get right. Then you took that extra level and brought the speakers with us, the sound effects, and a lot of the different things that we're seeing through here, like the shark moving around in this scene for Jaws. It's another coaster running around on a track somewhere else, either underneath the ground, underneath the world. Maybe we can see it here, but it takes off at a certain time. Maybe this one's just on movers, but yeah, there's even potentially the rolling boulder that we saw from Indiana Jones. That could have also potentially been on a coaster track. And it just goes to show all the different things you can do. I feel like this entire contest has almost been a giant advertisement for Planet Coaster 2 and all of the cool features that you can do in the game. Because, the way the game is displayed, there's a lot of things that you could do in this game, but it doesn't really show it all in what Frontier has advertised, right? What the people have been doing, the community's been doing throughout this contest, and I think Starry Agent as well as Red Mentor's summer vacation coaster that they did, showcasing what you can do with these new innovations on the coasters, using the movers and being able to attach things to coasters, really, takes things to the next level of what you can do in a theme park game, what you can do on a dark ride, on a roller coaster. So yeah, it was just the 3. It was Indiana Jones, Jaws, and Back to the Future here. This Back to the Future scene is phenomenal, by the way. And the umbrella for the little rod that catches the lightning there they just cracked me up. It's so good. It's amazing. So Starry Agent and Red Mender right now are competing for the most kind of complicated dark ride experiences for the summer so far, the most technical creations, and I'm super impressed by this. It's phenomenal. And I really love what you did with the DeLorean. We've seen a lot of Back to the Future rides over the years, and you made the DeLorean disappear, and then just the fire on the road. There it is. It probably... Oh my god. Hold the phone. I need to get a thumbnail. Oh my heavens. This might have to be the thumbnail. I don't know, because the other thumbnail I had was so good. This is kind of dark, actually. But it's so good. Anyways, we can see it here. It's going to take off. It's catching the lightning, and here we go. It's about to hit the freaking rod, and it does. It goes underground, but there's so many effects that we don't see it go underground, and then you just go fire across the ground. That is amazing. You just nailed it. You nailed it. The wall opens up so we can go back into the theater. A true masterclass. Starry Agent. What a good concept. The Blockbuster. The theater is amazing too. Coming through this queue was great. Souvenir shop. Everything about this is just insanely impressive. Project Blockbuster. There's a look at all of the contraptions, again, showcasing what you can do now in Planet Coaster with 8,000 pieces in a singular blueprint. Most of the time, these projects, you'll see things like this from, you know, Tommy T's a big known person for doing content like this, but they do it in multiple segments and multiple maps and do video editing and all that. You can do it all in Planet Coaster and in a blueprint. It's insane. Now I wonder what we can do if I mean, we're gonna have to up the ante, you know, going into the next coaster contest. We're gonna just give you guys the park, unlimited pieces. Let's go nuts, see what you can do. The fact that you guys are pulling this kind of stuff off with just the blueprint format it's just bananas. Absolutely bananas. Starry Agent looking for a promotion, looking to get into the legendary ranks. I think you're accomplishing that here, and giving Red Mender a run for their money. Great job on this. I kind of wish we saw the other movies, but that's me being greedy. Next time I'll have to give you guys the whole park to work with and not limit you to 8,000. I didn't expect people to even try to attempt these types of things, and this contest has kind of been quite a surprise. Anyways, great job on this one, Starry Agent. Let's jump over to the next creation of the day. We're just getting started. We're only halfway through the episode. This is wild. All right, next up, ladies and gentlemen, is Nalu, ky-ee-koh-oo. That's how you pronounce it. By Isaac Padilla, an unranked and now builder, their first creation ever, and a bronze patron. Thank you so much for your support. And here they say, welcome to Nalu, ky-ee-koh-oo, also known as Rough Waves. Take a journey on the multi-launch coaster, reaching top speeds of 60 miles per hour through this immersive island known as Kahilani Noi. Okay, they're spelling it out for me, which is making it harder. Kahilani-Nui. This is impossible. Oh my god. Surrounding the mountain... Could you make this any harder to read? Surrounded by the mountains of the big great volcano, I had little too much fun scaling the rocks and made this creation far too large. So the future I will definitely relax a little bit on the scaling. Haha. I mean, I think everybody in this contest is to blame for that exact same thing. Recommendations would be awesome, as I'm still learning how to do scenery. This is their first ever creation, so let's see if we have any recommendations for them. Let's get into it. All right, let's talk about it. Fun vibes, fun coaster, great atmosphere, great colors. Nighttime could have been punched up a little bit, but looked great during the daytime. And I really like as we came through the queue back there, through the cave, what kind of a nice view we had once we arrived on the other side. You made the name impossible for me to read, so I'm not gonna repeat it. This is kind of a funny inverted TARDIS. I don't know how to explain it, but the coaster layout is what I expected to see time and time again throughout this contest. You know, we announce a coaster contest. I would have figured people do like a, you know, pretty standard coaster layout. This one's a little bit spread out actually, but you know, something like this, but a little more compact, nice footprint, pathing around it, fencing, you know, coaster footprint is what I should say. That's what we expect when we've done blueprint coasters in the past. But then now people with the pieces, the scaling, they're actually filling in the surrounding area, which that surrounding area is usually just the park, right? And it's really quite crazy to see, and that's why it's like an inverted TARDIS, because it is a compact footprint compared to some of the others that we've seen, but then it's not because of all the surrounding craziness that you put, giant waterfalls, volcanoes, and that sort of thing. If you want to learn how to do good volcanoes and good lava, I think it was the last video that somebody did the rolling boulders thing, and it looked really, really cool. So that will be my reference point for to look at. You've probably already seen it by now, so now that's a note to take for next time. But the environment looks good. Coaster could use a little bit of refinement, but generally it was pretty good overall, especially for your first build ever. The theming, the atmosphere, the queue walk, like I said, everything that you put together here is really, really solid stuff, especially for an unranked and now builder in this community. So yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of feedback for you. Hard to give feedback on any of the coasters that we've seen throughout this contest because this has become something I didn't expect it to be, right? This is now an exploration coaster contest with gigantic experiences, and now people are just competing to see who can make the most elaborate experiences doing the most amount of theming, and I still think you've nailed it on many of those aspects. This is looking pretty phenomenal, so I think it's a great first effort. What do you guys think? Fire away down below. Do you have any advice for our creator here today, Isaac Padilla? Boom. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the last creation of the day. Captain Lockjaw's Daiquiri Ville, the Rum Runner, created by Wise Prey, an advanced builder in this community. And here they say, welcome to Lockjaw's Daiquiri Ville, a grand tavern with the gallery fit for a king, and a pair of dueling coasters racing wild round the inside and outside are. The proud vessels be Christian the Rum Runner and the Grog Guzzler. What's with you guys making these so hard to read? The Grog Guzzler sails her course in your reverse, so ye can stare down the rival eye to eye as ye clash at the sea. Me thanks for the fine contest, mateys. Now hoist your courage and enjoy your voyage. Holy moly. Let's go. Okay, what a cool, interesting take on dueling coasters. I have so many questions, but we're not done there. When I first came to this, it wasn't working. They were just sitting there. I waited for like 5 minutes. Nothing was happening. So something's wrong with it, but I don't know. We went on the Rum Runner, so now we have the Grog Guzzler, and I think maybe for this one we'll go at night. And no, I did not have my flashlight on, so there's some sort of light on the coaster. Why did we smash right into a rock right at the get-go? I don't know. That was a bit strange, wasn't it? So I like this idea of using trick tracks on dueling coasters, right? That's fun. And one was going backwards, one was going forwards, so maybe one is at night, one is at day. It's going to be a completely different experience each time around. But yeah, it might just not work now that it's ran through once, because I was having this issue before, and I had to like close it all down and reopen it, and yeah, it was a bit of a headache, but I definitely love this idea of doing dueling coasters with trick tracks. How can you do the elevator where one's going up and one's going down, and like you did there, one rotates forward, one rotates backwards, one's going backwards, one's going forwards. I definitely feel like this is the first of its kind here, playing around with this concept. And what other ways can you play with this concept and take it even further, I wonder, right? So this is definitely a good idea, a good concept to spread some inspiration and you know, get people thinking creatively of interesting ways of doing this. Just like this elevator drop, what if you had one in front that we're looking at and they're kind of teeter-tottering in front of each other, maybe through a glass window, and one's in underwater and one's in a different universe entirely, you know, like there's so many different ways you can play around with that I didn't really ever think of before, right? So I think it's a fun idea. But yeah, see, that one smashes into a rock. I think that's just an error. Definitely ride your coasters once you finish them one final time. Don't know what happened there. But that, yeah, I guess this one's going to go backwards for the entirety of the experience. And now because of that, something to think of. Let me see if I can go look forward at the back. No, this car is also too short for this. Yeah, it's not really gonna quite work. But I was gonna say, like, if one is backwards, this one should be leading the race, so that we're looking back at them, and then the same is true the other way. Whereas if this one's leading and we're riding that one, you're kind of looking at them, and then there's different opportunities to do some fun high fives there. So I definitely feel like there's this idea, this concept could be refined and taken up a notch, but overall what you've delivered here is still pretty fun, right? The environments are pretty good. This pirate theme's pretty fun. The surrounding area might be a little lacking on the nighttime experience for sure. Could punch up that lighting a little bit here and there, but pretty cool concept. And I think it's our first ever fully themed pirate experience, and we haven't seen a whole lot of dueling coasters throughout this contest yet either. And it just happens we started the episode off with a racing coaster and ending it off with one as well, so that's a happy accident. But hopefully we see some more dueling coasters throughout this contest for sure. But yeah, pretty strong effort here from Wise Prey, and some pretty cool concepts. I like it. Not too bad at all. Playing around with the trick tracks and dueling coasters is a fun concept. All right, there it is. Let's take a poke at it from the bird's eye view at daytime. It's a big landscape. It's exploration, pretty open. Is there a way to refine this a little bit? I think so. I would have maybe taken the coasters through the train a little bit more, and then down below near the water, having all these coasters in the air. It's a little janky, but what you could have done is just filled the sides of the mountains with shanty buildings, shanty pirate stuff, had these villages throughout the sides, and then had the coasters ride through them, around them, and by them, and then you could have freed up that space to create more nice vistas where there's not track everywhere, and then had the coaster cruising down by the water, somewhat resembling what we saw over here, and then had pirate ships shooting back and forth at each other, and you're kind of going in between the battle, and that could have been pretty cool. So I definitely think there's ways to refine this this, but the experience as a whole was pretty cool and different from what we've seen throughout this contest so far. So I think it's a pretty strong effort here from Wise Prey, an advanced builder in this community. Wow, what a jam-packed one here today. These are all the big ones. They were too big to fit in the Season 1 park map. So this is the end-to-end, border-to-border Planet Coaster map, and we were only really able to fit 4 creations in here. That's how big these blueprints are getting. This is insane. 4 wildly different, massive experiences, and that's what you're going to see throughout this contest. You just never know what to expect. I definitely still think Halcyon Reach is going to be my favorite of the day because of what I said. I've been waiting to see some wave race, but this Blockbuster definitely was a hit, and you're pulling on my heartstrings with some Back to the Future. So great stuff from all of our creators. A newer builder, an advanced builder, and a couple masters rising to legend in the making over here. Wow, jam-packed one here today. What did you guys think? Fire away down in the comments below, and that is going to do it for us in today's episode of Summer Coaster Contest. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one. Bye now.